Welcome back to my channel. This is the first video I've filmed that's not a vlog in a really long time. I might mess this up. This is my second time filming this video because the first time I feel like I wasn't prepared enough, and so I was just trying to like go off of everything that the author told me about the book from the top of my head, and I really should have just planned it out a lot better. Here is take two. I am reviewing a book for you guys today. I connected with the author on a Facebook group, and so he sent me the manuscript of his book. It is technically sponsored, but everything I say, my opinions and everything are still my own. I'm not influenced at all by the author. The book is called Letters to Paul from the Journal of Lacie Henrickson, and it is written by Keith Hachtel. I don't think I'm saying his last name right, so I'm sorry, Keith. If I'm butchering that, please tell me how to pronounce it right. So the book is a short story. It's only about like 45 or 50 pages long, which at first, especially when I started reading it, I'm like, dang, I'm really getting into this. I wish it was going to be longer. I wish I had more of it to read because it was so short. I believe he does have some full-length books, but by the time I finished this, it ended up being like the perfect length for the story that he told, which was awesome. So it's in a letter format, basically like diary entries of this girl, Lacie, to her friend Paul, who is hospitalized in a coma. So she's just writing these letters for him to read when he wakes up. It does have a little bit of some explicit language and some like adult content, so if that bothers you, this might not be the book for you, but in my opinion, I've definitely read way worse, and so it's not that bad. You can pick up this book on Amazon. They have it in paperback, and is also available on Kindle and Audible, and I believe too, he said audio versions will be available on Amazon and iTunes soon, which is super awesome. So the book is as described on Amazon about heartache and loss, and it is a comical drama according to Keith, the author. It sent me the original manuscript, so I am assuming that the published version, well, I mean, he did tell me this, the published version is a little more smooth and error-free, so I feel like that made it a little bit harder for me to read because there were a few typos and stuff that I had to go back and reread to understand what was being said, but overall it didn't really impact how I felt about the book or anything, because I mean, they're minimal and those are fixed in the published version. So basically, this girl Lacie is writing these letters to her friend Paul, who's in a coma, and it's just about how she grows to love Paul and her feelings towards him. So it is a little bit of a romance. Reading the book, I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Why is this happening? Because it's definitely not like Nicholas Sparks, I guess you would say, but by the time the last letter in the book came through, it just kind of tied everything together, which I really liked, and you're like, oh, that's what happened. So I kind of thought that was cool, the way he formatted everything with the letters. I don't want to spoil too much, so you just have to read it for yourself. I'm also going to be doing a little more in-depth book review on my blog, so I will link that down below, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about it a little bit. So the book just basically tells the journey from Lacie's point of view to Paul, from when this accident happens that puts Paul in a coma, which she starts to believe is her fault. And it follows how that guilt like follows her into like adulthood after high school graduation and living on her own in college and trying to work, and how that all affects her life. And I thought it was really interesting because it really kind of shows the reasons behind why Lacie is the way that she is, which I really like. It just kind of gives a different perspective on the issues that she faces and that a lot of people actually do face every day. So that's about all I have to say for that now. Again, I'll go a little bit more in depth on my blog because it's a little bit easier for me to put my thoughts into words there. Trying to speak, you guys have noticed, I'm sure I tend to stumble a lot. So if you liked this book review, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any more content. I try to vlog every week. My boyfriend also has a channel that he vlogs and does other stuff on, so I'll link that down below. He's actually right here editing one as I am filming this. Yeah. And of course, be sure to check out Letters to Paul and Keith's other books. I will try to link as much as I can down below. Definitely check it out, give him some love, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!